Northrup,
we remember you.
Trenton Harris,
We remember you.
Mark Springer,
We remember you.
Erick Larson,
We remember you.
Danny Killen,
We remember you.
Cleve Wilkes,
We remember you.
Kara Tobin,
We remember you.
Peter Melnick,
We remember you.
Matthew Meacham,
We remember you.
Kwok Bao Nguyen,
We remember you.
Christopher Riley,
We remember you.
Jeffrey Dumont,
We remember you.
Stephen Hart.
We remember you.
As we close the ritual, I'm going to lead a call out to whatever powers of the universe you want to call. Whether you say God or Spirit or Creator, or you are calling to the power of the people here assembled and all those who cry out for justice and who stand up to do the work. Spirit of many names, present in life and death, in darkness and light, we are grateful for the people we have named tonight. Even in our outrage and sorrow over the hardships they suffered and their untimely death. Because their lives were so much more than homelessness, we offer thanks for their childhood and youth, for the potential that was fulfilled in them, for all they contributed through their work and creativity, for their relationships as parents and grandparents, siblings, spouses, neighbors, comrades, and friends. Thank you for all the laughter and love that came into the world through them. Give comfort to their friends and families who miss them in this holy season, as they join all the ancestors who have walked this earth. May those we remember tonight rest in peace. But do not let us rest easy, for there is work to do. Strengthen us to turn grief into acts of love and justice, to bear witness, agitate, and organize for the living. Then our words will ring with truth. We remember you. Amen.
Amen.
This is not the end. Thank you so much for bringing yourselves and your hearts and voices here. We will be gathering for a candlelight vigil. We will be gathering for a candlelight vigil on the steps that way.
Candles are right over there. Jess and Rachel, wave your hands.
Candles here, okay?
We've got signs that have about 15 names each that people can hold, and slogan signs like "Without shelter, people die."
Okay.
And please, let's come back together again at the end briefly to greet one another, and then we reserve Bertha Knight Landis up on 5th Avenue for a lot of pizza. So stick around for fellowship. Thank you for coming today.
Okay. Greet each other and make some connections.
So candles right over there and lighters. Jess and Rachel are helping us out. Heck, it's already 5 o'clock.
This is beautiful that more people came out today than I've seen in a long time. I think it's good that this walk through it's here on the bench somewhere. Yeah. So yeah.
That is going to need some cleaning or else
I don't know. I was hoping the lantern would be more useful than it was. But it's
Why
was
are
it?
you walking so close to it? You trying to set yourself on fire?
It's fine. So yeah, it's
Fine? How could you say that?
so yeah. The lantern at least has survived some warmth and light in this day of darkness, and
I don't know what.
So grab a name sign if you would.
so I'm Eric. I'm the director.
Over there, and then we spread it.
So, hi. So I'm Eric, with the Rock Club Foundation,
Hey, Eric.
and I've been doing the walks for the homeless for over 20 years. I started over 20 years ago because I hate the way that homeless people are being treated. I've been involved with meetings to try to make the world a better place, and meeting with the city, and I just was really disgruntled because of the discrimination that the city had against the homeless. They like, how are we going to get rid of the homeless, or like, instead of how are we going to help them or get them back, care for them? How are we going to, how are we going to hire more cops to police the homeless, or how we? It's like, it's like, it's not really, I feel like everyone that died out here is proof to that the system failed them.
It's true.
The system and the community
It's true.
failed them, and they're failing everyone that sleeps out here on the street.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Because we need to remember those, and
Yeah.
it's really important for
It
people
really
to be remembered.
Thank you for helping read the names so that everyone would get remembered and honored.
I've been doing this with or without a community behind doing this for 20 years. I didn't even think anybody was going to show up tonight when I came here tonight. So I appreciate you guys for showing up.
I'm glad that we're surprising you.
It's like many years I show up downtown alone and do these events.
Oh, wow. We're grateful that you're here with us. Good to see you again.
And
So we're going to
so
Oh, it is. I was going to ask. But we were fine. Stick around.
So I appreciate you guys. If you guys please like, subscribe, share the videos. And hopefully we get more people involved. Are you looking to interview people?
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
I've been doing the walk for the homeless for like 20 years,
Okay.
and I would like to give my testimony.
Sure, let's do it. Yeah, that sounds great. You can just stand right there. Let me just get you all framed up and ready.
Stop the overdose deaths. We need local various shelters for harm reduction services and treatment.
Let's just make this So, come right this way. Tell me your name so we can get it on the receipt.
So my name is Erick Brown,
And how do you spell that?
ERICKBROWN.
What brings you here today?
So I've been doing the homeless, what now known as the Homeless Remembrance Day, but I call it the 1221, or the Walk for the Homeless, because 20 years ago I started doing these walks for the homeless. I started them in Fort Walton Beach, because they're used to, I do a lot of things for the community. I do a lot of actions and fundraisers back then, and I was working on trying to, and I just didn't like the discrimination that the homelessness is, and I want to remember that, you know, there are people out there that died out there in the street, and there's those that need the most support get the least support, and it's just like those, you know, like addiction is a mental is an illness. Mental illness is an illness, and so we leave these people that are sick out there on the street to die and be forgotten about with the society and the communities. Forget about them, and it's like we look around and it's like there's millions of dollars of buildings around them, and they're like not a single thing for the community to really do to help those or have not very much support. And I think that's very, you know, important to dedicate a day to remember those that are homeless. You know, like, you know, a lot of people are like, why? How is this homeless Remembrance Day? How is Walk for the Homeless going to help the homeless? I mean, you know, like we have been having lots of events and demonstrations throughout the years, and they all pretty much say the same thing: is that we need to help the poor. You know, whether it be the Wall Street protests that we had years ago for the 99%, or the recent protests we had for the BLM. It's all just all kind of global thing that we need a little bit support for the poor.
So
you know?
originally, how did you start getting involved with this cause?
I started it on my own kind of inspirational by a church thing that was happening to do a lot, and I just decided that I need to get involved with and do the Walk for the Homeless, try to bring awareness to the fact of poverty and homelessness.
Was there something that made you decide that this is something that you had to do?
Yeah, because I just feel like there's so many people that are being discriminated against because they're homeless. Like a person in a homeless can't walk in a coffee shop, can't sit down at a coffee shop and have a coffee without being discriminated. You know, without, you know, somebody poor won't, somebody that's look poor or homeless, well, you know, a person won't even talk to them or won't even say hello to them. You know, there's just a very disconnect against the rich and the poor, and it's just like, you know, I feel like the poor people should have a voice in this world, even if they don't have any money. That doesn't give them. You should take the voice away from them. You know.
I'm sure it's no coincidence that this is taking place right in front of City Hall.
I know exactly, and they want. I guess the reason they do it here in City Hall is because they want the city to do stuff to help the homeless and help the people, and not, you know, and because we can't just forget the poverty of homelessness. We can't just scoop it a rug or walk by them like they don't exist, you know. And I understand, like, a lot of people are like walk by the homeless because they feel like there's nothing they can personally do, and I feel that like there's nothing an individual could probably do to help the homeless out. But the thing is that we need to work as a community to solve the issues of poverty and homelessness, and the city and the state. And if we come together to make a stand against poverty, you know, because in the future we're going to have machines that do more and more things for us. There are less and less need for everybody to have a job, and especially in the future when we have robots and AI, you know, and I still think that if we don't change our values, even when there's no need for jobs or work, there's still going to be homelessness and the thing, because we need to change the way we think about people and think about poverty, you know, and have compassion, you know. Otherwise, there are always going to be poor people as long as there's a people that would out compassion for those that are poor.
Is there anything else that we didn't talk about that you think it's important to add?
I think it's just really important for everybody to do what they can and follow their dreams, and remember that in their heart that everybody have a dream in their heart, and it don't matter if you're the richest person on the planet or the poorest person on the planet, that we all have a reason that we lived on this earth, right? And we're all here to make the world a better place in our own way. And that's really what I'm here to do, is help people find their dreams and their purpose and their destinies. Because, you know, I call myself Erick the Dream Giver. I have a YouTube channel. I have the Rock Club Foundation that I've been doing community advocacy for a bunch of different things, not just Walk for the Homeless, or, you know, I call the Walk for the Homeless on the Homeless Remembrance Day. On 12/21, but I I do Earth Day. I used to do Earth Day festivals, and I used to do a bunch of other events for the community. I also done like the free day market where I gather people together in the park and I give things away for free, and I done I just want people to come together to make the world a better place and live their dreams, and that's why I have the whole reason of the Rock Club Foundation. And it's been really hard to rebuild the foundation after my home caught fire a couple years ago. I used to be news articles. I used to be on news every week. There's been another person interview me, and I used to have,
so much?
because I used to have a goat, and people thought that was inspiring, and I used to walk around with my goat because that was super inspiring.
I remember the goat.
Yeah, and I used to walk around with that goat, and people were super inspired by the goat, and I tell people that how I just want to use that goat to help spread dreams and make the world a better place. And I lost my goat, and lost my home, and I lost my house catch on fire, and I built such a big community, and then I let the whole community down. And it's hard to have some community support you when everything that you worked for go up in flame, and you lose everything. You lose the support of your community, and it's just like, how are you going to rebuild people's faith in you? How are you going to rebuild your community? And I feel like I really want to rebuild the Rock Club Foundation and make it bigger and better than it was before, and bigger than just me, and bigger myself, because it's inspiring to see things that I started years ago come to be grow and become bigger than myself.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your thoughts and for your time.
And
I really appreciate it.
So.
Yeah, I remember the goat.
Yeah, you remember the goat?
Yeah, I remember seeing it. It wasn't just at May Day. It was also like at other protests, I think.
Oh yeah, I used to my goat. I used to come to all kind of protests. May Day was one of the big ones, and a bunch of other protests. Like also went to like the rally, like Billy, the president guy was on it. Where all the president really rallies. Where I forget what that old guy that was running for president.
Was it
the guy, the older
from Washington State?
No, he was running for he was one of the big candidates. He was like a senator from Vermont.
Oh yeah, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders. I went to a bunch of his rally.
Right. All right, I'm gonna get some video of these, but thank you so much.
So, I'm really glad that this became something bigger than myself, and that we were able to do a rally that's bigger. Yeah. Are you okay?
Kind of need a Kleenex. It kind of reminds me of my screenplay, but in a different way. My screenplay is about people dying, but it's also about people killing people, not just homeless people dying.
thank you for everyone that came to the walk for the homeless today.
Oh my gosh. Are your fingers freezing? I have one second. My fingers are so cold. I don't know why. Maybe if I put my fingers on these little thingies.
Right, well. What appreciate.
Challenging.
Yeah, so if you guys want to hear anything more about the Rock Club Foundation, please subscribe. I'm working on creating a playlist for the Rock Club Foundation based videos, and And I'm really glad that more people gather for the homeless this year. I've been doing this for 20 years. I started it pretty much by myself 20 years ago. And now that it become a homeless Remembrance Day and that people are gathering across the country to do these events, I feel like it's hopefully become a bigger and bigger thing, and we can continue to push these events and push more events for the community, because it's really important for people to serve the community and to get back behind causes and stuff. I'm doing this event. You know, I've spent over $100 on this event, buying the candles and buying, and other things that needed to take place to make this event happen. And a lot of people didn't even want to come out because it was a cold day, and I'm like, well, it is supposed to be the challenge. It's supposed to be a longest day of the year, and it's like snowy, icy. I don't want to get out and deal with the snow and ice, and I'm like, well, there were people out here sleeping in the snow and the ice, and dying. It's like people like, well, it's dangerous to be out cold at night, and that's okay, because you guys can help support by sharing these videos or sharing the event, sharing maybe some your own testimony that you have for you're dealing with the homeless and your thoughts about it. And so, but I gotta get going. My hands are cold, and I can't hold the phone much longer. So I'm gonna let you guys go.